We had the Hive in Davie, Florida, my strength conditioning training facility where Coach Andy Hanley, he's the owner of the Hive, and we've been working with him for over 4 years, I want to say.
He's at the point now in his career where he can really coach himself. I'm just here to pat him on the back and tell him he's doing a decent job. No, so we're kicking off the set here. A quick superset. So you can see essentially what we're looking for here is with this anterior load, we have him in that kind of arms up front guard position. As he's descending into a squat, he's got to do a really good job of maintaining nice neutrality here through the spine. So everything we're doing here is we're just basically firing up the system that when we get him into the Kaiser jumps, which you'll see now, his body's kind of primed and prepared to tolerate that load. All right, Xander, nice and tight now. Pause. Pop. Good lad. Boy, beneath the 5. Come on. Yeah, there we go. You gotta work hard to maintain that. Let's go. Keep me above 95. Last 2. Final 1. That's excellent. We bring that camera around here, have a look. The target was 5,000. He's hit it. Right on schedule, Xander. Right on schedule. Traditionally, we've gone snap and we've paused. I want doubles. So once we're here and we get through, immediately reload and get out. So it's going to be that 1-2 punch. Right, then we reset. Dip and drive with the hips.
Well, the boxing workout, obviously, we focus on the boxing on the opponent, on creating the game plan that we're gonna be taking or trying to make work during a fight, as long as no adjustments have to be made. And here we work on whatever my body needs for this fight to feel good. If it's explosiveness, if it's speed, conditioning, strength, whatever it is, we always look at the opponent and see what we need to work for him and what we think is going to work for him, and then he creates that game plan.
Canelo Alvarez, he gave you a shout out the other day. What's that like to get praise from a legend like that?
Man, he was amazing. He was amazing. Somebody I look up to, and being able to hear a message from him saying what he said to me, it was something that really motivated me, and that, you know, I told myself, man, I could be in his position one day. I just have to stay focused. Getting ready for my next fight, and I want to wish a happy 28th to my favorite prospect.
Xander Zayas has become one of the hottest names in boxing today. Just a few years ago, the Puerto Rican fighter was barely recognized, but now he stands among the biggest figures in the Super Welterweight division. With 2 titles already in his possession, Zayas is now preparing for what could become the most difficult challenge of his career. Although many people are doubting his chances heading into the matchup, one major figure strongly believes in his talent and has openly backed him. Zayas recently received a call from Canelo Alvarez, and according to reports, the two have even been training together in the gym. It marked a huge moment for Xander Zayas, who never anticipated receiving a call from Canelo Alvarez, widely regarded as one of the greatest Mexican fighters ever to step inside the boxing ring.
Saludos, muchas gracias. Gracias por el apoyo y la admiración. Saludos hasta Puerto Rico. Mauricio, también para ti. Espero la pasen bien. Y échale ganas, campeón. Échale ganas, campeón. Y estoy seguro que algún día compartiremos el cuadrilátero si sigues para adelante. Échale muchas ganas y espero verte en el cuadrilátero algún día. Y si no, que seas campeón. Que seas campeón pronto, échale ganas. Todo es base a disciplina y amor a esto. Aquí estamos en la cámara hiperbárica, alistándonos. Saludos. Saludos.
Xander Zayas has long viewed Canelo Alvarez as his biggest inspiration. The rising young fighter was frequently seen sitting ringside during Canelo's major bouts. During one of those events, Zayas spoke openly about why he admires the Mexican star so much, explaining that he looks up to him deeply and is especially impressed by the calmness, control, and level of performance Canelo consistently shows inside the ring.
You know, watching Canelo for the first time live, you know, it's an idol, somebody that I look up to, and you know, seeing him compose and knowing that he was in charge, you know, from the beginning bell, was amazing. He showed me a lot, even though it was only 3 rounds. I learned, and that's what I take from it.
Xander Zayas has clearly tried to follow the path set by Canelo Alvarez. At just 23 years old, he has already captured the WBA and WBO Super Welterweight world titles, and now he is preparing to defend them against one of the division's toughest opponents. During an appearance on the Cigar Talk podcast, Zayas spoke about his mindset both inside and outside the ring, explaining that his confidence and mentality come naturally. According to him, every victory and every experience in boxing continues to strengthen the champion mentality within him. He also discussed the difficult negotiations leading up to the Jaron Ennis fight. Zayas was originally expected to face Josh Kelly, but became disappointed after failing to receive a response from the reigning IBF champion. A potential matchup with Virgil Ortiz Jr. also collapsed because Ortiz was occupied with legal issues involving Golden Boy Promotions. Speaking on the Ennis negotiations, Zayas explained that it became the easiest fight to finalize because both sides genuinely needed the matchup. He added that Ennis received the same offer previously presented to Ortiz, and both camps quickly reached an agreement. Zayas also described the fight as a perfect matchup, emphasizing that both fighters carry major popularity across the U.S. East Coast, setting the stage for a massive high-energy showdown.
I feel like it's the difference between champion Zayas, right? Like the champion and then the prospect. Is there a difference, or you kind of
a little bit more confidence? You get that, a little bit more experience. You get that confidence. You know, you go 12 rounds. You know, you could look good for 12 rounds. You get a little bit more, like, you know, pepper in your step, kind of like.
Well, this fight, like you said, this is the biggest. You know, everybody's talking about this fight.
Yes.
This is a huge fight here. One is, first of all, how did this come about, right? Because, you know, a lot of people are giving you credit, like, yo, you fighting the Boogeyman, right? A lot of people calling him a Boogeyman. How did the fight actually, like, come about?
Man, I feel like this is what boxing is all about. You gotta fight the best. I say I'm the best. He says he's the best. We're the best fighters out 54. Let's see who's really the best. And he came pretty easy. Obviously, he had a negotiation period with Virgil Ortiz.
Yeah.
So after my fight, we were looking at other opponents, Josh Kelly being one of them. Sent out a couple notes, a couple letters to his team. Never got a response back. Then obviously we heard that the fight with Virgil fell through because of Virgil's legal things with his company, and we jumped right on it. We're like, hey, we won the fight. Yeah. Same thing, same split, same everything. We just same deal, just make it happen. And they went to Boots' team, and they said yes, and we were already obviously in. So it's an easy negotiation period, I'll say.
That's crazy because I guess coming off of, as fans, looking at what happened with Virgil and Boots, we just feeling like, damn, this is going to be something hard to make, right? But you're just saying it's easy, bro.
Man, to be honest, when you want to be great, it's easy to do it. You just got to go and do it. It's when you put too many buts and no, but this, no, but that, no, but it got to be, and that's too many excuses. Let's make the fight happen. He's from Philly. I'm from Puerto Rico. We both sell in the East Coast. Yeah. We have proved that we both sell in the East Coast. So why not make it happen here in New York?
According to the betting lines, Xander Zayas enters the fight as the underdog. Even as the reigning champion, many people doubt his ability to defend his titles against the division's feared Boogeyman. Still, Zayas appears completely unfazed by the predictions, saying it is part of the game and that true competitors must embrace difficult challenges if they genuinely believe in themselves. He remains confident that he can deliver a highly competitive performance and carve out his own road to greatness. A victory over Jaron Ennis would be a career-defining achievement and could secure a major place in boxing history for his legacy. Rather than choosing an easier matchup against a lower-ranked contender, Zayas intentionally selected the toughest possible opponent because he thrives on challenges and refuses to let age become a limitation.
Well, listen, the odds have already came out. You're the underdog as far as the betting is concerned.
Yeah.
And people, just fans, pundits, everybody's like, yo, this might be too early for Xander, right? Like, what do you feel when people are saying it might be too early?
Man, to be great, again, you just gotta do it. Believe in yourself. I believe in myself. I know what I can do in that ring. He's a man just like me. He breathes just like I breathe. He has two hands just like I have two hands. It's fair game.
Yeah.
When it comes to fight night, I'm just gonna be 10 steps ahead of him, man. And the experience, the age, none of that is gonna matter when he has no answer, when he can't find any answers for me that night.
Yeah. So now, all right, I would say, because like I said, people looking at Boots like a boogeyman. Do you look at him like that? Like, is he like, oh, this is the guy in the division that's like a scary...
I mean, I'm the guy in the division. I'm the only one that has 2 belts.
Yeah.
So people can perceive him and people can see him as however they want to see him. At the end of the day, we got to step in that ring and see who's the best, who's the boogeyman.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not afraid of the dark. I'm not scared of nobody. He's a man just like I am. He breathes just like I breathe. The only man that I'm scared of is above me. Everybody else, they're gonna have to get the smoke.
Xander Zayas remains fully confident in his ability, but he is well aware that facing Jaron Ennis will not be an easy task. The Puerto Rican champion and his team are deeply analyzing Ennis, breaking down his style, strengths, and potential weaknesses in preparation. Speaking on the AK and Barack episode of the Ring Champs podcast, Zayas highlighted Ennis's speed and high boxing IQ, admitting that these traits demand serious attention in camp. He explained that he is working on strategies to neutralize those threats, stressing that he must think several steps ahead during the fight. His game plan is to deny Ennis space and prevent him from finding rhythm or openings, knowing that any lapse could give his opponent the upper hand. While Zayas respects Ennis as a highly skilled and technical fighter, he also believes there is a key vulnerability that could become the turning point in his favor.
Fight night. You about 180 right now. You about 180 right now.
Let's keep it about 180 right now. Let's keep it at that.
You bigger than that? Damn.
180.
Cruiserweights in there. All right, let's talk about this fight, man. I do feel Jaron is a very talented fighter. I thought he was a big 147-pounder, so he still have decent size, but you're bigger than him, like in stature. Without giving too much up, what worries you about him? Like, what do you have to be concerned with in the ring?
His speed, and his IQ. I gotta always be 10 steps ahead of him. I can't give him no space. I can give him no chance. If he sees a chance, he's gonna take advantage of it. I mean, he's a good fighter. He knows how to read another fighter. I mean, we've seen it throughout his career. So he knows how to read fights. He knows how to read a fighter. But he's never been uncomfortable either.
People have been. This is what I've been hearing, right? For some experts, off the record, saying that Jaron gets hit, right? We all seen him get hit in fights, but people like to say, well, it's because he's comfortable in there getting hit with those guys. He's a better defensive fighter than that, right? But he does get hit at fights.
And that's what I say, that's for sure.
So people are saying, a lot of people are starting to say, this fight is a lot more interesting than people think. Xander's a big guy at this weight class. When you watch those fights and see him get hit, do you think to yourself, like, wow, there's so much vulnerability there. Like, I know exactly what to do to this.
That's what I think of myself. He better not get hit because, again, he's never been uncomfortable. He's been hit, but he's been okay. Like, I can still, he rolls with those punches.
Right.
You know, every time he gets hit flush, you can see it. He gets uncomfortable, but then he gets back to.
Gets back, right.
And these guys, they don't have the IQ. They don't have the technique to keep building on that, right?
Right.
I do, and you guys have seen it. I build on everything. On everything I do is just something added extra to that layer. And there's no fights that you can tell me I haven't seen nothing new from you. There's always something that I get better at. There's something that I improve at. And this fight, I will continue to do that. Again, it's easy to be there and be comfortable with all these guys and be comfortable getting hit. But what when you're not? Well, how is your brain going to tolerate that? How is your brain going to react to that? It's not.
Promoter Eddie Hearn commended both athletes for risking their perfect records by stepping into this huge matchup together bravely now. He stressed that boxing requires fights like this and expressed pride in being involved in the event overall spectacle. Hearn expects a thrilling atmosphere on June 27th, saying both fighters are headed toward superstardom no matter who prevails in the end. He stated the winner becomes a major superstar while the defeated fighter still stays a notable star figure. Regarding the venue, Hearn said Barclays Center was selected because Madison Square Garden was not available locally. He pointed out Brooklyn's strong Puerto Rican community and expects many fans to come from Philadelphia supporting Boots passionately present. He predicts a packed arena and intense atmosphere, confirming New York as the perfect setting for this matchup overall energy.
Yeah, but that's what you want. Guys that aren't afraid of the O, that are willing to show how great, like, trust me when I say this place will be electric on June 27th. It'll be a massive fight. Whoever wins comes out as a superstar. Whoever loses comes out as a big star.
Can you give me your random thoughts on? Sorry, go ahead.
You know, they had the Puerto Rico thing. Xander said, "How do we end up in Brooklyn as opposed to MSG, where we used to see in Matchroom, we're used to seeing Top Rank? So how do we go from Puerto Rico and end up at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York?"
Well, firstly, I think there's a lot of Puerto Ricans in Brooklyn. MSG wasn't available on any date in June, so you know, and I like this place. I mean, don't forget, this place has staged some massive fights over the years. It's always a good crowd. Even when I came here for Dalton Smith against Super Welterweight, I mean, it was, you know, it was quite a small show, but there was still, I don't know, 4,000 or 5,000 in it, and it was wild. Do you know what I mean? You imagine the whole place is full up, which it will be. So, yeah, look, I love MSG, I love Barclays Center, and I'm just pleased to be in New York because I think that's the right place. You're going to get a huge amount of Puerto Ricans coming to this fight. You're also going to get a huge amount travelling from Philadelphia. Thousands upon thousands, and I think that would be great with the travelling.
Boots also sat down in an interview with Puerto Rican journalist Brian Fona and issued a firm message to fans from the island backing Zaz. He recognized Zaz's growth and overall skill level, calling it better than most in the 154-pound division. Although he respects Zaz for stepping up at such a young stage, Andis stays highly confident and rejected claims that he is overlooking his rival, explaining his belief comes from discipline and preparation and how he rises for big fights. He also admitted that he is not someone who constantly watches opponent footage, but he has studied Zaz's recent performances closely and believes he can figure him out, saying the Puerto Rican champion will face a very difficult night in the upcoming high-stakes matchup on Fight Night overall atmosphere.
I know a lot of people think it's like it was easy, but he did beat Charles Conwell, and people were talking up Charles Conwell, like the boogeyman in the division. Then after that, he beat Sebastian Baru in unification. So he got a couple nice wins coming into this, but obviously, like, he hasn't fought anyone of your level, I don't think. But do you like what you've seen from him in terms of his development the last couple fights?
Yeah, I seen the couple fights that I did watch. Like I don't watch guys, but I had to watch. Like my last two fights, I don't really watch guys. But
like
my last
you don't do film on
No,
them?
but my last two fights, I didn't know much about Lima, so I had to watch Lima.
Okay.
And I didn't really know much about Zayas until, you know, like recently. So I had to watch him. I never sat there and just turned on a fight and watched him. So
right.
I had to sort of see what he got. And but yeah, I watched him and I see a lot of things and it's going June 27th is gonna be crazy. I'm telling you now. I'm gonna show out. I'm gonna have fun.
Do you feel like just age-wise, because he's 23, and again, going back to like him taking this fight, and some people are going to say, hey, it's a little early, but for you, you're 28 if I'm not mistaken, right?
28.
Do you feel like you need this fight more than he does at comparing the stage of his career, the stage of your career?
Do I feel like he needed more fight?
Do you feel like you need this fight more than he does? Just because age, like he probably doesn't need to rush into this yet.
No, he definitely, like I said yesterday at the press conference, he could have chose somebody else. And he had to, fight me.
Yeah.
I'm glad. That's why I said I'm glad he took the fight.
Yeah.
And I appreciate him taking the fight, but them both come.
Although many analysts favor Boots to take this bout, Bernie the Boxer shared a different view on this matchup. He refused to predict the outcome or discredit either fighter, especially noting Zaz is still too young and inexperienced to face Ennis. Bernie, however, addressed Boots' recent remarks, claiming Zaz lacks the talent needed to challenge him. Bernie did not hold back and criticized Boots while questioning the level of opponents he has recently faced. He specifically targeted Boots' latest Super Welterweight win over Wisma Lima, suggesting he lacks 154 experience overall.
Who's going to necessarily win? But I'm going to press. I don't want to say who's going to win.
I think Xander, not not really that entertaining, but smart boxing. Can't take it away from his movement. Boxing. Can't take it away from him in that situation. And definitely Boots got the flashier combinations, the flashier style, the more appealing style to your eyes. But they both been groomed well. They both good pedigree. I just want to see a great fight. I don't favor any one of them. I've been saying Boots, but I really don't favor anyone. I would just like to see them guys go on and who emerges as the number one guy.
I just listened to the interview with Boots on YSM Sports Media. He kind of doesn't really he gives respect to Xander for giving him the opportunity, but when it comes to his skills, he feels like he could do whatever he wants to do in there. When he talk about getting rid of him or getting him out of there, he says he could do whatever he wants to do with him. He's not impressed what he sees in Xander Zayas. I mean, what do you get out of that?
You talking the talk.
Looking past him, I don't know. What do you think?
Man, I don't know. Like I say, I don't know, but with tough talk like that, he should have fought somebody better than the last kid he fought. He should have fought somebody else better than him. He should have had them guys, whatever he had to do. Take a pay cut, something. Get somebody in there more credible than the last guy fought. You talking stuff like that?
Jaron Ennis alongside Xander Zayas are intensifying excitement for this matchup through their comments. Although there is no hostility between them, both competitors are actively trying to prove they are the superior fighter before the upcoming fight begins now. However, analysts remain certain about the fighter expected to win bout. Who are you backing to win here? Drop your predictions below in comments. That wraps up today's video. Now thanks. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss future uploads again. And be sure to share your thoughts down in the comments.